Argentina is a vast country located in the southern part of the continent of South America, the 8th largest country in the world and the 2nd largest country in South America behind Brazil. It's about 1/3 the size of the United States and is bordered by the Andes Mountains and Chile to the west and hosts a population of 45.8 million. An interesting fact is the flag that they have is adopted in 1812, 4 years after Argentina won its independence from Spain. It's light blue with the white triband and the colours of which were chosen by the leader of the Argentinian Revolution, Manuel Belgrano. It represents the parting of the blue sky to reveal white clouds. Legend has it is what happened when the demonstrations occurred in the Argentinian's capital, Buenos Aires, in 1810, and celebrates the history of their flag annually on the 20th of June. The yellow sun, which features in the centre of the flag, is known as the Sun of May, which represents the Incan god of the sun, Inti. The May part of the name refers to the May Revolution in 1810, which marked the start of the independence movement from the Spanish Empire. Lionel Scaloni is the coach of Argentina, and the 44-year-old former wingback had a successful career in mainland Europe as a player, starting off of course in his native homeland of Argentina with Newell's Old Boys, moving on to Estudiantes before playing 200 times for Deportivo La Coruña. Spells at West Ham, Lazio, Racing Santander and Atlanta followed before retirement in 2015. As a player, he did win La Liga with Deportivo and was part of West Ham's famous cup run to the final in 2005. He played 7 times for his national side, but then moved into management after retiring and was part of Sevilla's European success as assistant coach. After a brief stint as assistant coach of Argentina, he took the full reins of the senior side in 2018, winning the Copa America in 2021, and the future looks bright for Argentina as they look finally well equipped under Scaloni to go deep again in major tournaments. Lionel Messi, without a doubt the greatest player of our generation and potentially ever. Since bursting onto the scene at Barcelona in 2004, he has broken records and set the game alight nearly every week, playing a staggering 520 times for Barcelona and scoring an outrageous 474 goals. Messi is as close to the complete player as we've ever seen, winning 10 league titles with Barcelona, 3 World Club Cups, 4 Champions Leagues. It will go down in history as something truly special. He recently moved to Paris Saint-Germain and won the title last year to continue that winning wherever he goes mentality, and at international level he's played 165 times, scoring 91 goals, and proudly captains his beloved nation. With a magnet-like football ability, with a low centre of gravity and his ability to beat just about anyone on the park, he has won the Ballon d'Or a staggering 7 times. The GOAT will probably enter his last tournament this year, and will he add the big one to the already won Youth World Cup, his Olympic gold medal and his Copa America to list his international achievements? If he does end up winning the World Cup this year, I think that ends the debate of the greatest of all time, surely. Julian Alvarez is the young up-and-comer and one most certainly to watch, who got his big European move in 2002 to Manchester City. Before that, he was playing for his home club, River Plate, and scored 34 times in 74 appearances. At just 22, he already has the Copa Libertadores and an Argentinian league title to his name, and a Copa America, which is an impressive resume for someone so young. He was the Argentinian top goal scorer in their league when they won the title, and he is a pacey striker who also has shades of Sergio Aguero when he plays, and an uncanny ability to do the unthinkable and score for some impressive angles. At City at the moment, he is behind the legend that is Erling Haaland, but has scored 3 times in 12 games, and that record continues at international level. Also 3 goals in 12 games, and he'll be looking to add to that very quickly in the World Cup and for the years to come. The late and great Diego Maradona is perhaps one of the greatest players to ever play the game, and no one can think of the number 10 position without thinking of Diego. He was awarded Player of the Century alongside long-term rival and fellow GOAT in Pelé at the turn of the century, and his vision was unmatched, his skills were sublime, and he played a total of 491 games at club level, scoring 259 times. Famously playing for Barcelona, Boca Juniors and Napoli to name a few. At club level, he won 2 Serie A's and a UEFA Cup and won the Ballon d'Or twice. At international level, famously won the 1986 World Cup with a bit of help from God himself, and was an icon for the Argentinians as a player and in retirement. In retirement in 97, he went into coaching and started as the Argentina manager. Led them to the 2010 quarterfinals in what was an entertaining run, but they did bow out 4-0 to a rampant Germany. After that, management led him all over the world until he tragically passed away in 2020, leaving behind a legacy where in some circles he is still seen as a god. One of the greatest to play the game, and I consider myself incredibly lucky to have been able to watch this guy as an old man in the back end of his career. One of the greats to watch even in his old age. Vale Diego. Argentina are 2-time champions of the World Cup, winning in 1978 and 1986 respectively. This will be their 18th appearance in World Cup finals, and they are currently ranked the world's 3rd best side. Last time out in Russia, they were knocked out in the round of 16 disappointingly in perhaps what was the tie of the tournament, a 4-3 loss to the French, and expectations are high again for this Argentinian side, especially with recent Copa America titles under their belt. Argentina qualified as runners-up from the qualifying group in the South America Conference, finishing 6 points behind Brazil, winning 11 games and drawing 6. Undefeated, it was a cruisy route for them, and they did not flatter, but they did not disappoint. Some controversy when they walked off versus Brazil due to COVID accusations from the Brazilian authorities. This game was abandoned, but it was not needed to play again, as both sides qualified with relatively ease, even with 1 game less. Recent form suggests they're in good nick too, winning the champions of champions versus reigning European champions, Italy 3-0, and putting Estonia to the sword 5-0. They look primed, they look ready. There's the backstory with Messi's impending international retirement, you would imagine. They'll go deep in 2022. They begin their campaign against Saudi Arabia at the Lusail iconic stadium in Lusail on the 22nd of November, moving on the 26th to play Mexico at the same ground and complete their group stage campaign on the 30th of November versus the Poles at the Stadium 974 in Doha. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you could do me a favour and hit that like button and hit that subscribe, we're well on our way to 10k and it would be much obliged. Take it a step further if you want, become a member of the channel. Link is in the description to do that. You can click 2 videos here on the screen, and we'll be back soon with more AFL and more football coming soon. Look after yourself. Pom out.